So we just gonna jump on What is a Man Podcast live. And we here again. Thank the good Lord. I got the brothers again here. I'm gonna introduce y'all brothers this time. Y'all don't want me to introduce y'all, but I'm gonna do it this time. I got the brother, he go as Sleepy Joe today in the building. We got King Savan. Appreciate you, brother, for jumping on. We got Jabril Lee. And we got a couple other brothers that's gonna tune in.
Let's go, Brandon.
A couple other brothers that's gonna tune in. So
let's go, Brandon.
we gonna start the conversation. King Savan, he might have had a connection issue right quick. We gonna start the conversation though, man. When these brothers jump on, we'll give them the opportunity to share their perspectives. But it's a good show we got here tonight, I believe.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in for the first time, this is the Building Kings Network. What is a Man Live podcast? And we go through various topics. We share our perspectives on various topics. A lot of things going on in the world, and we trying to figure out ultimately though what is a man. But as far as this week's topic, we're gonna go back to: are we being distracted? For the brothers, right quick, for the brothers that's just jumping on the panel this week. Are we being distracted? We talked about it briefly last week and came to a conclusion on distractions in the context of a lot of in the context
no doubt
things going on. We got R. Kelly, we got Roe versus Wade, we got, food shortages, we got aliens, we got, it's a lot of different things.
It's definitely a lot of distractions.
Okay, so all right. So tell me why if we're being, because the question is, are we being distracted? So both of y'all brothers agree that we are in fact being distracted.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. You remember, I think it was last week, I got on the phone with you and Jaquan and was giving some points. I was like, when they had that war with the Spartans or whatever, they had a little distraction or whatever. They had the little, what is it, the Trojan horse or whatever?
Yeah.
That rode in.
Oh, yeah.
The Trojan horse.
Mm-hmm. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know what you're talking about. Them boys were hiding inside the horse.
So yeah, I think that's how they treat us or whatever. They treat us the same way. It's like it's a distraction for a bigger picture to basically destroy us, basically.
Feel that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I believe it's because people are becoming more aware that we're in modern day slavery. No, I'm talking about like everybody. I don't care what they distracting us with. It's why. Why are they distracted?
Right. Still there, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we get you now. Yeah. And that kind of goes in. Yeah, it kind of goes back into the next question that I had, because y'all agree that we being distracted. Yeah, we can hear you now, bro.
Hold on. Yeah, all right. But yeah, man, I don't know why they doing it. Like I was saying, like obviously, like what are they afraid of? Why they feel the need to put so much effort into? Like my thing is they don't want us to be great, bro. Like at the end of the day, like why we can't be great?
They said I want to be great.
Tell you, bro, I don't get it.
I mean, and that goes into my next question. If we are in fact being distracted, then from what? Why all the distractions? Why is it that we gotta have our attention here or our attention there, or they put media coverage on things that are less important at specific times? Hey, Ace, you itching? What you got, Sleepy Joe? What you got? For
Hey.
real. What you got?
Hey, first off, let's go, Brandon, man.
Hey. Go ahead, man.
But the thing is, because why? Like, I guess you could say, for example, we argue all day about the coverage that ends up happening towards, like, say, a school shooting or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that same we don't, motherfuckers don't give a fuck of the same coverage if some shit go down in the Chicago hood or a Compton hood or this and the third, because it's pretty much an everyday thing. It only becomes news when it quote unquote affects white folks, for the most part.
Wow.
That's a perspective.
For the most part.
That's a perspective. So you saying you speaking on them highlighting certain killings, certain mass shootings more so than what
Man,
usually
that
goes
Buffalo
on.
mass shooting. My bad, bro.
Because think about it.
I go ahead.
Think about it. Like, think about how many stories probably come across them desks every single minute. These people sit in these boardrooms and they get to pick and choose what they want to put up on the news. So it ain't just like all of this is random. It's orchestrated.
I think I
nah.
think they choose it for them. I don't think they get to pick and choose necessarily. I think the story is chosen.
Exactly.
It's definitely chosen
by their
That's what I'm
sponsors.
saying. That's what I'm saying. It's orchestrated.
Yeah, it's umbrella corporations, umbrella companies like that. Actually, they all are under the same umbrella. They get the same media coverage, same stories, same type of narratives. So it's like that's why I say distractions, because the media is one of the main distractions. It's the mediator. You see what I'm saying? Media. It's the middleman between the knowledge. So
like I said, think about it. A little white dude with an M16 could walk in a grocery store, shoot 4 people. Now it's a mass shooting.
Exactly.
A black dude could walk in the hood and shoot 4 people, and that's not considered a mass shooting.
I mean, they call it gang violence.
Yeah, they just
violence. The same exact
Man,
situation.
that's crazy.
The same exact situation, but all based upon where you're at makes the difference in whether it's a mass shooting or not.
I mean,
who you killing at the end of the day.
Exactly.
For instance, that the Buffalo mass shooting, man, that thing stayed in the news for like 5 days tops.
Yeah.
Like, and it was forgotten about. And
I
what's
believe
crazy
that.
is the I personally believe that was a government hit that was paid for by the corporation. You understand? Now that sounds crazy.
No,
but
it don't. It don't, allegedly. And it's the thing, it's crazy because people don't actually think that that's a possibility.
bro,
And we live in a world where we got $1 billion feature films. Like they make movies with that type of budget and have actors that can operate to that level where you don't know if it's a play or if it's a real life scenario. So and these people are called crisis actors.
Think about it this way. Also,
yeah.
how you know this shit orchestrated. Think about it this way. If we all remember, the minute 9/11 happened, after that, what happened? You see all these rules and restrictions fly out to what you can take on a plane, what you can do on a plane, this, that, and the third. And that was like that was literally after that happened. But you fast forward to now, we don't have over 200 something plus mass shootings, and we can't crack down on that. Come on now.
Hold on, because the way they want to crack down, it's harder to crack down. And that's the thing. It's if in fact this distraction is set up or is orchestrated or it's not organic, they want guns. They want to take your weapons.
Absolutely.
So the thing is, they gotta strategically take your weaponry. Every mass shooting has been saying, okay, military style weaponry, a military style rifle and a pistol. You see what I'm saying? So they're painting the narrative to make it seem like an AR-15 or anything that where you can get semi-automatic. They're painting the narrative as if that's the military style weaponry that is now the enemy. You see what I'm saying? So what comes with that? Now you become the enemy because you have the military style weaponry, and it's legal for you to have it. They're gonna criminalize it before they can actually criminalize it. That's what they're trying to do.
Bro, and at the same time, there's been new I don't want to give misinformation. So go and check whatever I say. There's been new government agencies that were just secretly developed that's been buying a crap ton of ammo and guns at the same time while they're like, so what's really going on?
Private government agencies.
Yep. That we never heard of before. Not the CIA or the FBI or the NSA. We don't. These are new people.
Damn. Sound like a small militia to me.
Obama in his term, he cut food stamps and bought ammunition. He cut back the budget for food stamps and bought ammunition and weaponry. And they was carrying them casket liners over there, I think in Georgia. They was stockpiling them. I mean, so it's a lot going on that we being distracted from. That's why I asked, if we being distracted, then what are we being distracted from? Honestly,
what about, like you just brought up those caskets? What year was that?
I think that was 2008, but I don't know for sure. Fact check
That's
me too.
Wild.
That's the thing.
Look how much we done been through. I mean, of course, people gonna die every day, but with COVID and all that, and then more mass shootings, it's crazy.
They said them casket liners can fit 8 bodies in them. What casket liner is bigger than the physical casket? A one-body fitting casket. Like, for real. How the liner of the casket fit more bodies than the physical casket? That's the thing. You're not gonna lie to me. You're not telling me it's a casket liner. This ain't no casket liner. Like, that's the thing. I mean, look it up. Allegedly, everybody fact check. I'm just saying, it's a lot of things in the background that's been going on for years. And I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist. Tinfoil hat, whatever. Everything that brother's been talking about over the years has been coming to pass weirdly, strangely. And it's like, slowly but surely, we getting closer and closer to a certain point. So I'm just trying to figure out what are these distractions leading us to, if we are being distracted. Everybody might not agree with being distracted. And Blunt, what's up, bro? We ain't
right. YouTube, what's up, bro?
It's the brother
good,
Blunt.
my G?
And we can go to you. Well, I think you were hit last week though, right? When we talked about distraction.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were just trying to catch the brothers up and let them share their perspectives on it and see if we were being distracted. They agreed, but now we're trying to figure out, okay, what are we being distracted from? If we are being distracted.
I missed the first few minutes of this, but I mean, I pretty much touched up on it. Like, when it comes to like mass shooting, gun laws, I think last time we talked about it, what Roe versus Wade.
Roe versus Wade.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like,
and that's on purpose too.
Exactly, confusion.
It's on purpose too, bro. For real, I understand. It's a lot going on, man. So
I mean, I personally understand the tactics on how to destabilize the government, and we're checking all the boxes. Everything that's happening to us, we're definitely on the fall. The American empire is falling.
Yeah.
Whether it's done on purpose or not, I personally believe it's done on purpose. All these countries around the world, major countries, are going to come together for the one world order. And you can't do that unless there's chaos first. Absolute chaos. So famine, disease, wars on top of wars. And then you like, who was that said it? Then you give them a breadcrumb, and then they'll be loyal to you forever. And that's the tactic that's being used.
They're giving breadcrumbs.
Like, damn. The four horsemen already here.
Hey,
Well,
hey, them seals are being broken, brother, and that's the thing. Them seals are being broken, and it's real. I mean, they giving out bread. They rationing out certain things, bro. This is the next thing we gonna go to, brother. Hey, Jabril, I appreciate you, bro. We ain't mean to cut you off, but I want you to jump back on right here.
oh no,
It's global food shortages. Question mark. Are
is
there
it a
really
thing?
how y'all feel about global food shortages? I mean, that's a distraction, but that's one of the things that I can point to and say, okay, we being distracted from this. Global food shortages. What are y'all seeing out there? Like, when y'all go to the grocery store, what is it looking like?
In some
Man,
parts, it's
Everything,
looking a little scarce. Looking a little scarce in
every
some parts.
everything higher than a giraffe butt, for real, for real.
Inflation.
It
you
is.
Everything
can't tell
high.
me that isn't playing though. Like how are we short on food when food literally grows on trees?
Hey,
Like,
Not even
first
that.
of all,
Majority of our food is bioengineered.
exactly fake. They literally stop the seeds. Like the fact that bananas supposed to have seeds, all these other foods are supposed to have seeds, and they bioengineered so it don't. Like,
and man, that's okay with
bruh,
it. Man, that's okay
like
with it.
we're
Seedless.
yeah,
I
they
know somebody
did.
eat a seedless watermelon before they eat a watermelon with seeds in it, just because they don't like spitting the seeds out. Not
Yep,
I
even
no,
mean,
I
on.
would never.
I think it's gonna be a trickle down effect because basically conspiracy or whatever. If man, if you ain't got no food and you don't know how to feed yourself or whatever, you gonna go out there and try to hurt somebody. You gonna try to get it how you get it. You feel
Absolutely
what I'm saying?
Chaos.
So
Chaos.
that way, it's just gonna be a
chaos.
trickle down effect, and
Yeah,
like
It's
you
gonna be a
said,
real life
chaos.
purge.
bro.
Yep.
Yeah, cause
That's
like,
real. I mean, real reality. Like for
right,
real.
'cause, like you need food, you need nourishment, and like King was over there saying, if you can't get it, it's just human nature for a lot of folks to take what they can't have, to take what they crave. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
thing we cannot survive without is food.
Essentials: food, shelter, and clothing.
Yeah,
That's the
like
thing.
it's like higher in crime and like statistically, I feel like the hunger rate is gonna shoot up.
Hey, well, we get ready to cross that bridge. In the words of a famous philosopher named Curtis Jackson, get the strap.
Look at these. Like,
so,
hey, look.
so
For real though, no, it's a real thing because it's like a lot of people that, like I said, they're being distracted, but they see the effects of the inflation. There's certain things you're not getting at the grocery store right now, and people are having to be more and more selective on what they having less options than what they would normally have, and that's the thing. Prices going up, and we feeling the effects of the gas prices, feeling the effects of the groceries, having to buy groceries multiple times in a month, having to gas up multiple times in a week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people slowly but surely, and I know Jabir, he probably heard about this too. Like a lot of the factories and a lot of the plants that actually are responsible for creating majority of our food have been burned down, burned to the ground,
yeah,
miraculously, simultaneously this year.
you hear
That's
from
wild.
Facebook. They say that's a lie.
You know,
The
Facebook,
fact checkers.
yeah, the fact checkers gonna fact check how they fact check. And that's the
That's
thing.
wild.
It's
Exactly.
like a lot of these plants, a lot of these companies have mysteriously stopped doing what they've been doing, which is
And
producing
then
food.
another thing you got to think about, bro, is the robots. They're making everything now automated. Like I stay in Kansas City now, right? And I went to a McDonald's the other day. And tell me why when I went up to the drive-through, it was a automated system talking to me, not even the person, asking me what I want, and then I had to say what I wanted or whatever, and they put it on the screen.
Oh yeah.
Man,
They
So
got it
That's
from
bad.
inside too.
that's cutting out the job for the doggone the the drive through person, and then when you get up there, you just put your card to the thing,
Well,
bro.
shit,
That's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
that's the same thing like Walmart. They were already ahead of the game.
hold on,
Right.
yeah.
hold on, fellas. Hold on. For y'all get too far. Hold on. I'm glad you
Okay.
brought that up, King Savan. Cause one of the topics is, and we might as well jump to it, is AI a threat? Is artificial tech, is artificial intelligence a threat? We can go ahead and start talking about it now. Go ahead.
Definitely is.
What was you? What did you say though? King Savan, you say you went to the store.
McDonald's, bro. I went to McDonald's and the at the drive through, and it wasn't even a person getting my order. It was a computer. I was talking to the computer. It almost freaked me out. I almost left. But this joint was like crazy. It was like mind blowing. I mean, I know we got high technology, but it was wild. I'm like, man, what in the world? So if you don't have even if you have the basic skills, right? These days, that's what you competing with, AI.
Against AI technology.
So you could be qualified, and you fighting against the computer and AI. So that's the trickle down effect
Well,
again, bro.
well, they already said that. A technician at Google said Google's sentient.
Say it
You
again,
said
bro.
Google what?
Google is sentient.
Explain that for the brothers. Sentience.
It is aware of what it is, who it is, this place in the world. It has a conscience.
Google is Ultron.
And
That's
basically,
crazy.
but that, bro, like for real, like it's not that far fetched.
Yeah.
Like just think about it. It takes all information from everything, bro. Like Google's connected to everything, and it
Everybody.
records. It don't forget nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't forget anything. It knows just about everything. It's constantly listening. If you don't go through your privacy settings, it constantly listens to your conversation so it can place advertisement. You ever been talking about something and then you see it pop up? You
Bro.
got to go
Every
through your
time
settings
now.
to fix that shit.
It do it every time
But
to me
that,
now. Hey, and I was talking to
yeah,
my cousin. He was like, he was thinking about something one time, and it
huh.
started advertising to him. I was like, man, that algorithm is a trip because just like you said, it builds so much data to where it almost can figure out your next thought. Like for real, it's like because I know they
Well,
can't read your mind, but it
you
builds
well,
so
you
much
don't.
data on you, man.
You said it can't read your mind, but that's because you don't understand the science behind it.
I don't think it can read my
Your,
mind. I think it can just get close
bro,
enough.
listen to what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Your brain waves can be tracked.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, there was a company. This was, I think, in the mid 2000s.
Mhm.
It was a robotic company in Japan, and they was working on their AI, and they realized that it became sentient,
Yeah.
and they was destroying them, and it was like three of them, and they destroyed two of them, but the last one
Mhm.
uploaded its conscious back into a satellite, so it can build itself again. Like I know that sounds crazy, but like you gotta
Nah,
understand, real life is scarier than a movie.
it's
I'm gonna
scary.
be real.
Yeah.
It's
Nah,
it's not it's not crazy when you consider the fact that we literally can transmit sound waves. So it's not that
Exactly.
far fetched to believe that you could either build a machine that could receive brain waves.
yeah.
It's
I don't
not
doubt
that's
it.
not too far fetched.
I
If you
don't
can
doubt it.
build a machine that can read brain waves, of course you can build one that can manipulate brain waves as well.
I just I just feel like Satan's trying to be like God. I don't think he can be God yet. You see what I'm saying? I feel like he
Oh yeah.
just
Oh, there's something deeper. Don't get it twisted. I do believe there's something deeper, but
right.
what I'm saying is don't underestimate. You know.
Yeah. Facts. I agree with you. I'm right there with you,
And
bro.
fellas, as far as technology, right?
Mhm.
Technology has always been ahead of what we know, right? Because if you go back to when we was kids
Mhm.
and the movies that we watched back in the 90s or even the late 80s, they had like FaceTime or whatever, right? And that
Yep.
technology wasn't gave to the public, but now look at what we got years later:
Yep.
hoverboards, all kind of different stuff, anything you can name. So I wouldn't put it past them reading your mind with the just like when you speak something on your phone and it comes up as an advertisement. I
Mhm.
think anything is possible almost with this technology now because everything that we seen in movies, a lot of the stuff is out now.
Feel that?
Technology is
I heard,
beyond crazy now.
but
So
if
I'm
you
not
think
putting it
about it,
past
bro,
on nothing, bro.
Cause you jumped on at the right time, bro. We were just talking about you.
Oh,
Real
for real.
good.
What's up, brothers?
Yeah,
How
bro.
y'all doing?
Hey, what's up? What's
What's
up?
up,
how's it
Fab?
going?
Good.
Yeah, man. AI technology, is it a threat? We were speaking on how they can read your mind potentially
Mm.
through and send you advertisements that you didn't even stuff you were thinking about. They can send you. Yeah, man. If you want to share your perspective on that or share your experience with that,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I actually had an experience with that. I was um I was thinking about cause. Usually I don't really look that up. I look up like a lot of like spiritual things that to better myself, like self improvement or stuff with herbs, stuff like that. But this particular time I was thinking about cause, and I was thinking about like BMWs, and I was just thinking about it. As soon as I went to my phone, it was advertised BMWs, and it was literally as soon as I went to my phone, and I was a little shooken up about it, but I was like, yeah, this is a little weird. Now I know they do it with stuff that we like to search, you know what I mean? That's our advertising it, but I didn't know it was so strong where you could think about it. So I tapped into one of my boys, and he had a similar experience, and I guess he posted it on Facebook about the situation, and I went to had some videos that was suggested to me, and people was talking about going through the same experience. And it's to me, it's just no coincidence that a lot of things that's going on right now, they are shared experience from different parts of the world. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a threat. Like AI is for one, it teaches itself. It no longer needs man to teach it anything. It no longer needs man to upgrade it or upgrade any type of software. So that within itself is a threat. You know what I mean? They're trying to give it its own confidence. And well, not confidence, but consciousness. I mean, and I think that's something that we need to worry about, especially with movies. They advertise robots and everything that we use and utilize as a threat to us. For some reason, it's like they turn on us and they hunting us down and killing us. So I definitely think that it's definitely a threat. Even though we use it, I think the technology that we have, it's useful, but they have some type of way where they can manipulate it to do certain different things.
I think it's
Yeah,
because we
what's
doing too much, bro. We trying to be like the creator.
That's what I was
bruh.
about to say. Which is the most ironic part of it? Human arrogance, because we literally have multiple. All of us have seen multiple upon multiple movies to where
Mhm.
some person creates a robot and think they can control it, but somehow the robot like fuck it, I run the show, I'm gonna kill everybody. Like we literally got movies that show us this, but
It's
yet we still
predictive
gonna turn
Mhm.
programming.
around and do the same thing.
They showing it
Exactly.
for a reason. It's predictive programming. They showing us
Hmm.
the
Yep.
outcome.
Thank you.
This is what they got to get to that point. That's the crazy part. And we forget
Hmm.
Sophia, ain't that her name?
Yeah,
Uh, uh,
Yep.
Sophia.
the citizen of Arabia, right? The first artificial
Hmm.
intelligent citizen AI to get citizenship. Come on now,
Hmm.
this person, this thing have been humanized in a sense. Like this thing got citizenship in a country.
And I
Like,
don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all found out, but they actually have sex robot dogs. And a
yeah,
Yep.
lot of people joking about it and saying, yeah, my woman, you know what I mean? Like the robot is gonna be better than a woman because
Oh
women
yeah,
argue and all that. They're
you
they're
can't feeling
manipulating
that
us. I
way.
think, yeah, I think
You
that's why
can't
the
feel that way,
why,
bro.
Robot
yeah,
talk.
they weird, man.
Hey, look.
Yeah, niggas weird, boy.
Oh,
There ain't no way.
They weird, man.
wow, man. Look, hey,
Like
But
he
but I want to say this though. I think though, like the sex toys, like what women are attracted. Well, I ain't gonna say attracted to, but they gravitate into like the rose and all that. That is
yeah,
they priming us for that. No, you know what I
yeah,
mean? I feel like people in relationships, when they argue, they don't want to fix the relationship so they can get intimate, you know what I mean, or lead up to that place. I feel like now you go run to a toy and it fixes your problems without you fixing the real issue in your relationship.
yeah.
I really think they priming us to take on that type of thing.
But check it out.
That's a good point.
Google got not Google. I think Meta, Facebook. When they come
Now,
out with the Oculus, the goggles, I heard they're
mhm,
working on some gloves. It may not be Meta. Don't quote me, but I heard they're working on some gloves where you can
mhm,
have. They
Oh,
got
bro, they already got that.
yeah, they got the sensors and everything, and where you can feel in the metaverse what you actually dealing with.
mhm,
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Some
mhm,
woman just filed sexual harassment in the metaverse
in the meta,
already.
in the
yeah.
For real.
metaverse, you done caught the field real quick on
yeah,
Rihanna. It don't even, I mean, it's crazy what the world getting to though, bro. And it's mixing the man with the machine. We talking about AI,
mhm,
Hey,
like
transhuman.
you know what's crazy though? They made bio um nanobots that can reproduce.
mhm.
And that right there freaked me out. Because I'm like, oh, so they already created life. And you think about it, bro, we're nothing but sophisticated robots ourselves.
Hold on,
Our
Mhm.
consciousness
hold
ain't
that
nothing but
thought,
a software.
hold
Mhm.
that thought, hold that thought, bro. Blunt, what you were trying to say right there, bro? Because Jabril about to go down a whole nother section. And that,
My bad.
okay, you good. All right, we'll keep. Go ahead, Jabril. Go ahead, Jabril.
Nah,
That's
what?
power right there. That's power right
Yeah,
there.
but I personally believe that we were a lot more advanced a long time ago, and then we devolved. So these robots that's coming out, we already been through this. You know what I mean? So I believe the only way to combat this whole new this robotic world is to understand yourself as a software as well, or a higher being. Yeah, never mind.
Look at the
I just been it's
bro.
it's deep, bro.
We
Because
there.
It is. It is.
We there with you. Look at the functionality of the body. Simple. The Most High designed this body so perfectly, bro. It operates as a machine, just
exactly,
like you said. But it's in
And
the
just looking,
flesh.
and even when you have to, like, even when it comes to TV, they're programming you. You know what I mean? Like all of it is digital. You know what I mean? Like it's like digital things being downloaded in your brain. I mean,
Right.
so that's definitely yeah, that's a deep concept though.
The robot is essentially gonna want to be human at the end of it all. The
Now,
robot
I think
at
it's the other
the end
way
of it
around.
all is gonna
I
want a
think it's
flesh suit.
I think it's the other way around. I think it's man gonna
They
want to be
don't
robot.
want us. They want us to be the robot. That's what transhumanism is. But the
Hmm.
robots essentially is gonna want to be human. For real,
Hey,
for
look,
real.
man.
because they understand
That what we
the
got is
importance of
more.
life.
What we got is way better than automation. That's the thing. Like the
Hmm.
Most High created us more so perfect. Satan trying to replicate that.
Hey, look, I
It's
done
gonna be
told you,
crazy.
bro. If I can get a Winter Soldier arm, I might have to do it, bro.
Hey, if
See,
you get an arm,
see,
I'm right there with you. If
see.
you an amputee and you got to get an arm, I'm right there with you, bro. But they ain't about to take my arm to put another robot arm on me. That's the thing.
Exactly that
And I
part.
don't want
You ain't
to.
about
I don't want no microchip. Like for real,
I,
none of that.
Man,
next
man.
next thing I know, somebody done hacked into my arm and beat me up. I can't do
Exactly.
that.
I'm beating myself up over there. No,
But I
transhumanism is
think it's,
personal.
I think it's more so man is gonna want to be robot. Like man is never satisfied with themselves. Like look at how men are changing themselves. They want to change themselves. Like this man getting BBLs now. You know what I mean? man
What?
is not
Yeah.
satisfied with the image of self.
Hold
I
up.
mean,
You
so
said,
once they,
let me ask you.
Yeah.
You said if men getting BBLs?
yeah, man,
Yeah,
BBL. Then it just
Oh
came out.
damn.
yeah.
It's men can get Well, I don't know if it's BBLs, but now they're elongating penises now. Like they
I
own
get
that. Like
BBLs too.
niggas
I
is
get
not sad. Like
BBLs too.
men are not satisfied with themselves, especially and then when they add in this digital world, and you could be successful in the digital world but be a nobody, quote unquote, in reality. People gonna want that world
Yeah.
every day. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like they like the money that they don't really have, they could really have money in the reality. You know what I mean? In the virtual world. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They added stores into the metaverse, so you can really get dressed in things that you wish you could do in the real world. You can't. You know what I mean? They're
Yep.
gonna make all the
Facts.
things that you dream about come true. So people
They
are not
making
even
it for
gonna want to come back
commercial.
to this. Mhm.
You can get in there for real,
Yeah.
with the goggles and the little hands. They
hmm
making it so you can really jump in there and really
Hey,
be
hmm
bro.
plugged in.
That
and
my bad, bro.
oh no, go ahead.
No, I was saying, the new 2K, you can actually work at Foot Locker and get paid.
Yep,
The new one,
I
I
seen that.
seen that.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I seen that.
I was,
Crazy.
that's
hmm
wow.
Hold up. You can work at Foot
Bruh.
Locker on 2K and get paid.
Yep.
I be damned.
Like you
But they
pretty
closing down the
much
Foot Lockers in real life.
hmm
So you can work in the metaverse Foot Locker and sell digital shoes
Yep.
to 2K players.
Everything is gonna be virtual. They're gonna take away all the physical stores and put them on metaverse. You're gonna be able to buy nothing physical. It's gonna be like the remember we was talking about the what is it called? NF the 9 fungible joints.
Yeah,
Yep.
NFTs.
What is yeah? Everything is like it's easier to move certain things like virtually than physically. I mean, if stores go out of business, you have to take everything out the stores versus it being virtual. You would never run out of anything.
I seen somebody grocery shopping virtually. It made me mad.
See,
They were at Walmart.
niggas gonna
They
be
were
hungry in
virtually
reality.
at Walmart buying tomato sauce. It made me mad.
Matter
Wow.
of fact, hey, look. Matter of fact, that you brought that up, right? Y'all seen the? I think it's like an Amazon store where it has no people in it, where you just walk in
hmm
there
Yeah.
and get your stuff, but you get
Yep.
charged like on the way out, so it ain't really like you can steal shit.
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. You got to get their little chip thing or whatever. The even come in the store. I was
man, they've
like,
been priming us, man. Y'all remember y'all having was it Digbox or get what was them jumps called back in the like the 2000 or the remember you had to feed your gigapet or joint like that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
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 Tamagotchis.
bro. All they gonna bring
Tama,
it
yeah,
all
yeah.
back around. They
Yeah,
bringing it
yeah, yeah.
Nah, it was
all this
big
stuff.
pets too. It was
Yeah,
big
they're
pets.
gonna bring it all back around, bro.
Man, you
All
gonna have it in the
around.
metaverse. You gonna
You
have
gonna
them in
have
the metaverse.
all that,
Man,
bro. You gonna have to really go like get out of your real reality with your family and go tap into work in the metaverse or check on your pet or
plug
check
in.
on your house. It's like living in Sims, man. It's crazy.
And that,
Oh, definitely, man.
all of
And
that led
I
us
was
down this road. Go ahead, Jabri, my bad.
and nothing. And there was one more cherry on the top is when they're able to transfer your conscious to another body or entity,
Seen
which
that on the
that
Matrix.
they are. Yeah, but that's already been putting in the work. I forgot the name of the professor in the company, but they definitely have been trying to do that. And my thing is how do we know that this entire thing hasn't happened before?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? If we're already a software in this body, who's to say our consciousness wasn't transferred into this body, into this world, because we was destroyed in our world before?
That's the
You get what I'm
great
saying?
reset.
Yeah, that's exactly. Somebody literally hitting the reset button on it. or are we doing it to ourselves?
Like we gotta think. Every
And look,
civilization they have this knowledge, this forbidden knowledge, and out of nowhere they for some reason they disappear. Then they restart. We are at the peak of restarting, where it's
It's
gonna
gonna
be they're
restart.
gonna build.
Yeah,
You say who?
it's gonna
Yeah.
restart. Yeah,
They're gonna build this baseline of what's the practical. You know what I mean? When the restart comes, to me, it's just everything repeats. You know what I mean? Like we always say, nothing under the sun is new. So all this is just a cycle. We just living at the end of it to see the ending part.
before it gets started new again. That's scripture.
hmm
I mean, for real, for real. But that's the thing. It's like man ultimately trying to get to a point of where man can operate in peace together, in love together, in unity together. And the thing
Or
is
man can operate without man.
that it can't. We gotta live together. Like that's the thing. And those
Fact.
operations, those functions, the fact that we gotta live together and operate lets me know that it's by design. We're not just bumping our heads and running and crashing against rocks and shit. We gotta intelligently deal with each other in a certain way. You see what I'm saying? In a certain way that's
Yep.
conducive to us surviving, and that's
hmm
through unity.
It,
So that let me know that it's a design to it all. You see what I'm saying?
it's
Like whether it
fact.
be a computer operation or function or what have you, it's a creator up there that's like, yo, I want y'all to do the right thing. You see what I'm saying? That in itself lets you know that it's will there. The fact that we can only survive here through dealing righteously with each other. Otherwise, we're gonna die. You see what I'm saying? And
Facts,
civilization
bro.
is done. So it's a righteous will at work. It ain't just a will, it's a righteous will. You see what I'm saying? That makes it so that
Mm-hmm.
mankind survival is contingent upon us loving each other. For real, for real. So it's like,
My
go ahead.
go ahead, bro.
I mean, it's a deep zone
Nah.
though. That's what I'm saying. Cause it's like everybody. The main question that everybody got is what's out there, what's happening. They telling us it's aliens out there now. You know what I'm saying? So our people, the people in power, their main goal is to confuse us concerning what's to come anyway. Their great reset from what's his name? Klaus Schwab, one of the head guys from the World Economic Forum. They talking about a financial.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I
that
know who
was
you're
a.
talking about.
Hey, we were distracted from that too. When Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, they were all
Uh huh.
getting
Yeah.
yeah, they were getting together talking about us and the new world order. So that's the great reset. Is them resetting the financial system, the way we deal with food rations, the way we deal with how we gain water, the way our living. They even talking about universal basic income. So they trying to ration you out work wise too. Like far as how much they trying to make it so it's full on control. That's their great
Mm-hmm.
reset.
Metaverse.
Just like bro said, they want all the world governments to come together on something. That's their great reset. You see what I'm
But
saying? Go
here's
ahead,
the
bro.
thing, though, bro. All the world governments already answer to a certain power,
Right.
Yep.
and they have been for centuries.
Go ahead.
And they just play the game, just like for example, TGI Fridays and Ruby Tuesdays. You think they're competing restaurants? No, they're owned by the same
Nope.
parent company.
Yep.
We just think they competition.
We
Like,
We
just
were
think
just
they're
talking about this.
competition,
hey, deep
We
zone.
were just talking about this. Yeah.
bro. Like that
Yeah.
shit, and like, and it's a certain set of families that control the shit. You know what I mean? And
Bloodline.
when you see how far back that this plan has been set into motion, bro,
Yeah.
you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want
Through
to go too deep because y'all gonna think I'm
through
gonna have on my
civilizations,
tinfoil
bro.
hat.
Nah, it's been through civilizations. That's what I'm saying. It's been a
Mm-hmm.
strategic plot from civilization to civilization to civilization to civilization to do something specifically. That's the weird thing. Like for real. Because you can see the correlations between the rulership of certain civilizations. I mean,
And
it ain't no coincidence that the Egyptians and America have similar symbolism. and America
Oh,
came
bro,
after
don't
Egypt.
go.
It
Don't
ain't
go
no,
there.
it ain't no mistake.
Don't go there.
It ain't no
Exactly.
mistake that Rome has the same symbology and symbolism and gods and goddesses as America and Babylon. It ain't no mistake.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? It's empire to empire that they hold these traditions, customs, rituals, practices, and agendas here. It's
And
through civilization from civilization from civilization. It's the passed down knowledge I was talking about. A lot of that shit. Information
and
passed
bro,
down.
for real though, that's what you're talking about. There's families that can link their DNA back to each one of those uh, civilizations.
Bro.
Like, but it's deep, and the knowledge that they stole and kept from us, and it makes sense, bro. Like the fact, I don't think people understand how powerful melanin is.
Mm.
Do you know melanin is worth more than gold?
I go
It's
back.
at $357 a gram on the black market right now. And you like, why? I think I've touched on this shit before. And this is what made me believe like we are a well put together machine. It can transduce energy, bro. It can take the power from the sun and turn it into exactly what the hell we need. Like it can take the power from the sun. Not only it's like chlorophyll, but a step further. You understand? So if we were to realize that power, this is why there's a food shortage and they keep feeding us unhealthy foods, because if you eat right, your body will come in tune. You understand? Like, and then once your body come in tune, you can't really be controlled, bro.
That's a fact.
We can't be controlled. This is the reason why I believe all of this is coming. This is why I believe they're trying to kill us off and replace us with robots to fill their needs. You know what I'm saying? Because robots, at the end of the day, if I can always reprogram a robot if I know how to. You understand what I'm saying? If you know the algorithm to a robot, like believe me, yeah, there's an AI. They say you can't be controlled, and this is the scary part about the AI, though. By the way, it wrote its own language. They have their own language now that they speak, but you can always control that. Like you can, there's a will, there's a way. I've done seen humans do some amazing things, and the reason why I say humans, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Melanated people are 100% human. Like the darker you are, the more you connected, you're more human, and you have the ability to create and do a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm on a rant right now, but well, what I'm getting is
talk, bro.
yeah, but what I'm getting at is like, bruh, that once we eat right, once we get in tune, once we align with the Most High, and understand when I say the Most High, I'm talking about the God that's within you, bro. We really can't be controlled, because once that pineal gland opens up, you understand the ancient geometry. That's why this is the same reason. Like this, the math that the AI is running off of is the math that we had in the beginning. You understand? That's the same math that can create different forms of matter, my nigga. And this all links back to your melanin. Like when I said it's down to a science, it's down to a science. And you've been purposely reprogrammed for centuries so we can forget. It's deep, bro. I know I sound crazy. I know I sound crazy. I say it all the time.
I don't think a lot of people know this, but they've been putting melanin in AI chips. You know what I mean? Like
yes,
they know the power of it. That's why they extract it from. You know what I mean? When people are dead, the stronger it is, that's why they always in Africa as well. Like they know the power of it. We just now learning it. We're just now coming to understand the power and the importance of it. You know what I mean? But I still believe that even if we changed how we ate and all these things, if we're not unified and understand that nature is gonna help us. So being outside as much,
Exactly.
walking barefoot, you know what I mean, doing the things that a lot of our ancestors did, get like sun, you know what I mean, work stops us from getting that, the fresh air. You know what I mean, just being in tune with what's around you, you know what I mean, we're still gonna be in the same stagnant place. I mean, so we still have to do more, even if we start eating better.
Oh yeah, that's just the start. like
Hmm.
like I said, we're
Hmm.
centuries behind where we need to be.
Exactly.
Crazy thing
Exactly.
is though, once the slaves wake up, it's over for the power structure, and that's
It
what they
is.
know, and that's what makes it funny how
They're gonna
AI
start.
technology is coming to
They're gonna start a
replace.
war, man. Soon as too many people wake up, we're gonna have a war.
We on the brink of
Of
it now,
course.
and the thing is,
That has to
why you
happen.
see every major mass shooting is a little white boy or something, because of the
Hmm.
simple fact they need civil war in order to get us to the next phase of
Control.
totalitarianism. Like
Hmm.
for real, honestly,
Yep.
they need us
Mm-hmm.
they need utter chaos, just like the brother was saying. And one of the a main Freemasonry slogan is order out of chaos.
Hmm.
So that's a slogan for them. They understand that they can bring order out of chaos or a chaotic scenario or a chaotic situation. So if we come together and start to figure this thing out. Even Christ said, "Greater things shall ye do than I." You see what I'm saying? It's potential in us. It's power in us as a people. They understand that.
Hmm.
And the
Oh,
crazy thing is, the Most High, we all connected to the Most High God. He got a piece of His spirit in each and every one of us, bro. So the difference is they understand that too. If we can connect to that God in us, just like the brother talking about, that's the power right there. For real, for
Hmm.
real. And coming together with that spirit. That's the connector right there. They know that okay, they done reached a different level. They done came together on
but
another level. And J. Edgar Hoover said that was the fear. That was a fear. Was the rise of a black
mm-hmm.
Messiah, somebody that can bring these people together. That's the fear. For obviously, it's some power there. Real, for real. For y'all
Mm-hmm.
to be scared of us, it's some power there. You mean?
Bruh. This is deep too, because like once we all start literally vibrating, bro. When I say good vibes and vibrating, I mean that on the physical level. Like, and it all starts within your consciousness.
Right.
Within that little gland, once it blooms, like your atoms will ionize together to literally make your structure sound.
Hmm.
Right.
Like, bruh, and once that links with the magnetism of the earth, and then that the next person does it, the vibration just grows stronger. And it's a wave that can't be stopped. So like this,
Your spiritual become your
well, like I
physical.
said, we might be
Hmm.
computers.
It changes your DNA.
Your spiritual and your
It don't
physical
change.
become
It
one.
change. It changes your DNA when you do
Understand?
that. Hmm.
Look, Christ gonna change
Absolutely.
our bodies anyway. That's the crazy part. Like it's gonna
Hmm.
be an essential process. That's what I'm saying. All love round off to me, man. That's just wow. Like
But
it's all God. It's a deep
absolutely.
zone, bro. Cause they understand
Exactly.
that it's power in the people. It's power in the slaves. That's the thing. Like, and if it won't, we wouldn't be here. As much hate we done endured through generations upon generations. If we ain't had the power, we wouldn't be here. Y'all would have did it yourselves. If it want
Mm-hmm.
agenda, y'all would
People
have
gotta
did it
understand.
yourselves.
It's people that come here from other countries that hate us. They come to
Yeah.
where we are and hate us. You, we gotta be powerful. You
I mean,
know what I'm saying?
and they take
Got to.
advantage of the sleep. They take advantage of the fact that they don't know how to access none of that. They don't know what them brothers
Hmm.
used to do back in the day. Look at their bodies. Their bodies ain't even the same like them brothers back in the day. Real, for real. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, deep zone.
Bruh, we
Yeah.
went off for a while. My bad. I think I started that. But
Yeah,
I
you
think that's the
It
only way
all tied together.
we can beat robots, man. Like that's the only way we can beat robots.
for
Like,
real. Hey, we
I'm gonna
got to
be
get
I don't think we
this gas
even
station.
thought about the fact. Oh, go ahead, Terry.
No, I'm done. I'm done. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was about to say I don't think we even thought about the fact of why Bill Gates is in charge of everything that comes to either our health and stuff. Because we are robots. You feel me? Like what I don't know who said that. Was it Jabbar?
yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, he was saying that we operate well, we kind of are robots, and I feel like they know that in a sense. You know what I mean? Like who gave Bill Gates the right to the health? You know what I mean? Decisions. It's not even his
Exactly.
field.
The computer programmer.
Then they came out with these chips. I forgot what they called, but they pills. They come in a pill capsule. They have switches in them that kind of regulates your moods and all this stuff. Right? They're putting it in front of us. Like it's just crazy the world, like how fast the world has changed within what 10, 15 years.
2 years. The past 3 years. COVID
Oh
was an
yeah, the
excuse for a
pandemic.
lot of infrastructure. It was an excuse. They put a lot of regulations in place. They laid down a lot of groundwork during the so-called pandemic. And it's like
Yeah.
Bill Gates was one of the ones that knew, quote unquote, it was coming. They had agenda, what it was called Event 201. They had a whole event
Hmm.
surrounding um fabricated death numbers, death rates. They was they said the minority communities were hit the hardest. They had news broadcasts. I mean they had the whole thing rolled out before the pandemic even took place. They had a whole event funded by Bill and Melinda Gates where they talked about
Hmm.
pets and all of these things before the pandemic even happened. So
But
that's a hell of a foresight from a computer
but
program.
bro, he's one of those ones that traces family roots all the way back to the Roman Empire or the Babylonian Empire or the Egyptian Empire.
Facts.
So
He in the
yeah,
spot
it
for
was
a reason.
definitely planned, bro.
Yo,
He was predestined.
yo. I mean, and they do that. That's the thing. Like, otherwise, how else could he? One of his main claims to fame was he created a virus and then created the software to fix the computer of the virus. Sound
Exactly.
familiar? Does sound familiar? He knew a quote unquote pandemic was coming, but he also was one of the main factors in in the jabs that we got for said pandemic that he knew was coming. Sound like a virus and a antivirus to me. Like for real, it sounds like the same program. I mean,
But
create
Bro,
the
bro,
virus, create the cure.
I don't think we understand how long and how deep our programming runs. The
Yeah,
fact that time isn't real, time was invented by the Mesopotamians. You know that where the Babylonians come from.
Mm.
Now, time, bro, like think about that.
mm,
Everything that is a dimension that was created for us. But at any given time, you can. Uh, that was a play on words. I ain't mean to. Any given time,
bars.
you can step out of that dimension for real. Like for example, and this is why I I follow a lot of physics stuff. Like that whole, I know y'all probably heard of it, the Hadron Collider.
still doing.
Yeah,
What,
CERN.
yeah, what they doing? Dr. Keiko, who's been working on that for a while, and what it is, they actually found the God particle. The God particle is the only it's something that has mass that moves at the speed of light. You know what I mean? and they believe that's what created. That's basically what God used to create the universe. So
They're trying to smash them together.
yeah, yeah, and everybody have different theories on what it'll do, but I personally believe they've been tampering with time. Like we're shifting into a different timeline. You ever notice how time seems to go by faster now? I don't know about y'all, but time definitely feels like it's going by faster. And I personally believe that the multi-dimension theory is real, or multi-timeline theory is real. And for example, this is a restaurant that's in my hometown that apparently everybody else remembers, but I never remember. Like I have no recollection of this. And this is y'all heard of the Mandela effect?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That is the result of merging timelines. I know I sound crazy, but there's
No,
actual
no,
science behind it.
Yo,
it don't sound crazy now, but go ahead. I mean, I'm listening. I don't know everything. I'm listening. Real.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's why I say, bro, we're computers. There's
I know
science that we don't.
I mean,
Ethiopia is 2014 in Ethiopia right now.
Yep.
So the thing is, I agree with you as far as the concepts of time being altered. Because the thing is, like, time, God is eternal. You see what I'm saying? So he's outside of time and space. So we've been placed in time and space for God to basically keep an account of this moment in time. You see what I'm saying? For him to keep an account of this particular moment in eternity.
Time, space,
So,
and matter.
for this specific point of eternity. See what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like the concepts of time though can be altered from civilization to civilization because we don't know how God calculates time.
exactly.
We got seasons. You see what I'm saying? We can look at the seasons and tell, okay, this is this type of era. This is this type of era. This is this type of era. You see what I'm saying? They looked at sundials and they can see, okay, this is 12 o'clock. This is such. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like the concept of being able to determine a point in the day exists, but man tried to change it. We got the Gregorian, we got the Julian calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you go back, they had the Enochian calendar that they went off of, that Enoch went off of. Then, like I said, the Ethiopians, the ancient Samaritans came from them.
Mm-hmm.
They had a concept of time that they were calculating as well. So it's like I feel like time exists. We just went off course with it. It was altered for a purpose. It was altered for a reason. That's the thing. Like I don't know. I can't say that we ain't. People try to say it's future. We in the past, future, and present all at one time. And it's like that would mean it's three of me. And it's like
It's five of you. It's
I can't.
actually seven of you. But that's a different.
Nah, I kind
That's a
of,
deep zone.
I kind of read a.
So what, bro?
Steve froze.
Yeah, he froze.
Yeah, but I kind of read a book where it kind of explained that all those things exist at one time.
Mm-hmm.
I said, read a, I read a book. It was called The Power of Now.
You keep breaking up.
It's the AI.
Yeah. The algorithm messing with your internet connection. That bro got to go. Can't hear us.
But
Yo,
yeah, It definitely is a point. We exist in multiple dimensions at once.
That's a deep zone, man. It's a deep zone. I
If we
agree.
can exist in
I agree.
if we can
I just
exist
got
in four
yeah,
or
yeah,
three,
yeah.
who's to say that we can exist in more and we're just not conscious of it?
I got to be biblical with it, man. I just got to figure out what the scriptures say concerned, because it's other dimensions, it's other realms. Like the Most High created us all.
Exactly.
He created us all
Exactly.
at the same time. He ended all his work on the seventh day. He ain't make nothing else. So that means while you was here, your kids was in another dimension, operating, functioning, and they
Yeah,
were created at the
absolutely.
same time as you.
Well, you know the Hebrew Bible. In Genesis when it says in the beginning God created heaven and earth.
Yeah, it's like in a beginning.
Yeah, in a beginning.
When you break
So
down, yeah.
that goes to show you like there's multiple beginnings. There's more than one. That means he cleared the slate a couple
Hey,
of times, or
you got to see what the Hebrew word
there's
for beginning means.
yeah, I
That's
got
the
to figure
Hebrew
that out.
breakdown for the word beginning. Cause it do say in a beginning. I'm right there with you. For
Uh
real, for real.
huh.
I'm right there
And I
with you.
was, but
But
we
yeah,
definitely, bro, we definitely exist. Like the fact that you're conscious, like you can close your eyes and close your
Mhm.
mouth, say the number three without saying the number three, and you
mm-hmm.
still heard it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that right there, those words that were being spoken were spoken in a dimension outside of matter and space.
Mm.
Because sound isn't the vibration of sound isn't moving.
In the spirit. I'm right there with you.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
And and when you see like I said, I find science in the Bible and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like I see how the most high worked when when Christ went to meditate in the mornings.
Mhm.
And I began to wonder why in the morning time
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead.
God, bruh, the sun puts off a certain ray that activates, I want to say, alpha waves in your brain. I want to say alpha waves in your brain. But that certain ray is also the source of melanin. And the source of the melanin, they trace it back to what they call dark matter. That's they saying that melanin might be the result of a power that we still can't obtain. You know what I'm saying?
That connection. And it's crazy because majority of the people got vitamin D deficiencies because they scared to go
Mhm.
out there in the sunlight, and they tell us not to stare at the sun when it was specific times Christ prayed and all these things. It was for a reason. That's the thing. We just don't. The churches ain't taught us how to spiritually connect the Bible to what we see in reality. That's the funny
Mhm.
part. We think it's just fairy tales. But just like you said on the other podcast, God did certain things for a reason. Even with the linen, the mixed linen, certain things he mixed. He told you not to mix and da da da. It was for specific
Exactly.
and functions that what I'm saying. It's like
It's a science.
when we look at God, it's physical things that have to take place to explain God. You see what I'm saying? It's not
Mhm.
just mythical. It's not just, you know what I'm saying? It's physical
Exactly.
things that actually function in the earth, and they explain God perfectly because it got everything got a design to it. Everything got a functionality to it. Like for real, for real. So it's like science just try to break this shit down with scientific theories. But what we can see scientifically as fact, we can all
It's
look
true.
at. You see what
Mhm.
I'm
And that's
saying?
crazy. We have to go figure it out ourselves through science. I always say science is man's attempt to understand God. And
That's
I'm
all
like,
it is. Because if man
and
tell you he
God,
don't have the answers, You don't
Exactly.
look.
God gave us the answers, and we got to ask the questions. Like, why? I already gave you the answers. Just do what I say. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Science wants you to look at science as God. That's
Mm-hmm.
the thing. Because if science tells you, okay, we don't know the answer to that. Okay, well, we don't know the answer to that. If they keep telling you that, then what you gonna do? You gonna like, man, shit, fuck this. I'm about to go look at.
Mm.
I'm gonna look at the source. I'm trying to get to the
Yeah.
horse's mouth. Science wants you to believe science is the horse's mouth. That's why they want to recreate the Big Bang. So they want you to believe that they figured out how the universe was made, and there's no question to it. When in actuality,
They
y'all
are
still
God.
question it. You question it to this day. You just told me aliens exist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of questions. The thing is, they want to. Gravity is a theory. They still don't know what
Mm-hmm.
it is. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, even in that, we were taught
Well,
in school that it's a fact, but it's still, in fact, a theory that gravity exists. They don't know. They don't know.
Exactly.
It's a scientific theory.
there that machine also would prove it would capture the graviton. That's the name of it to
Mm-hmm.
prove that gravity is real.
You
But
saying CERN?
yeah, well, it's the same doctor that was doing a study on it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why they call it the God particle
Mm-hmm.
because the God
Mm-hmm.
particle is the source of all of it. It's the that's like you said, it's supposed to be the Big Bang theory that started everything.
They trying to
You know what I
smash
mean?
atoms. They smashing
Yeah.
atoms together at rapid
Yeah.
speeds to open up wormholes. Is my theory. They're trying to open up the portal. They're trying to open up the key to the. They want the bottomless pit open. Is my theory. And they show us
Mm-hmm.
shows like Stranger Things and all of these things to show us
Dark
that
To
they got
Fate.
desensitize
portals
you.
and
Good
they've been
show.
using this technology for generations, and they understand that there are gateways and portals to other realms and realities that they've been trying to access. I mean, they show it to us.
Mm-hmm.
Stargate SG-1. And like I said, Stranger Things. Like Stranger Things is specifically about them going through portals that have been opened by CERN. Like for real. So it's like
I
it's
have
one
a
of those.
question. Have y'all seen the show called Manifest?
I seen clips and I heard about it, but I know what you're talking about.
You
All
talking
right.
about the people that got lost on the plane, came back down,
Yeah.
and
And they had
Yeah.
special
I
powers
heard
and
of
they
it.
can hear voices and all that. Bro, all this stuff, yeah, it's on Netflix. But they pretty much putting everything in our face, man. And we using it as entertainment. You know what I mean? We looking at it and we're not really studying the fact that how the way they work, they have to put it in front of us. They have to tell us the operation. They have to tell us the plan. That's just how they operate.
Crazy.
That's
And
that's their that's the command that the Most High put on
that's
them.
the creed. Yeah.
That
But it's
if you were to believe scripture, it's the Sephilim. That's the fallen angels
mhm.
that has control, and so they have to tell like they can't enslave us. We have to give them permission to enslave us, and that's why they doing what they supposed to. Like I said, just fact check everything that I say because I might be lying to you.
That's a fact. We give them the power, bro. It's the thing. They teach the knowledge as a trade-off to be reverenced as gods on earth.
Mhm.
Scriptures say they bound in chains. It's a couple of them under the river Euphrates. Notice that the river Euphrates starting to dry up. That's
It
the
already
crazy
dried up.
thing. Dried up. They gonna be loosed. That's according to scriptures. So it's like it's a real thing going on between the spiritual and the physical, and they both
Mhm.
coincide. They both go together. It's just we don't know how strong the influence of the spiritual on this world is because we lost connection to
Mhm.
it. We lost the contact to it. But
And
they
that's
are
why
in fact dealing with deities.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, bro, my bad.
I was just saying that's why they're trying to keep us in so much confusion. It's so much going on that you can't even like we having conversations right now, but there's so much other stuff outside of this that's going on. I mean, like they keep us in constant confusion or and I mean, and that's the way they operate. They tell us the
See,
truth,
and keeping our brain stimulated. But it's like how people with epilepsy, right? When stuff start happening or flashing really fast, it confuses their brain to like how it functions. You know what I mean? They're kind of doing the same thing with us. That's why we've been desensitized to seeing people die or seeing certain things because we see it so much.
Because look, it's all distraction we talked about earlier. Another distraction.
Crazy.
Like being for real about it. Like I was saying, like everything that we see, like in movies, like you said, it's just a distraction because the fact that it is a movie, we just like it's entertainment. It's fake. There's nothing real about it.
Hmm.
But like we said, like Smart House, the Disney show, the Disney movie. What we doing now? Still operate pretty much everything from our house from our phone. Terminator. Or we all know what Terminator is about. But guess what? Like you said, we have robots being built for right now. Like you said, Stranger Things, the Upside Down. Here we go with CERN. Like I said, regardless of how like people feel like it's entertainment, the idea came from somewhere. And because it's an idea, somebody's gonna try to make it a reality. Plain and
Hmm.
simple.
Predictive programming. They show you their hand, and we think it's entertainment, just like you said.
Yeah. Like I said, every movie you see, it's some truth in some movies.
Yeah,
Because it's a movie, it's automatically entertainment.
yeah.
It's
And
because
sometimes,
we fell in a spell. Like we don't understand the power. They use our power against us. We're literally um casting spells on ourselves. That's why they said it's power in the word. You know what I mean? Like like English language was constructed so we can constantly put curses on ourselves. Like, bro, for instance, when we um when we think something is funny, we say, "Oh, I'm dead," and don't realize, and every time you speak something, your brain tells your body what you're doing, and you think that it's like, no, that's too far fetched. Well, get this. Why do you think they call it Hollywood? The Druids, when they perform their ceremonies, their witches use their wands were made out of the tree of holly,
Hmm.
Hollywood. And Jim Carrey as well. He was a whistleblower to let them know they go out in the middle of the woods in California and worship in front of a statue of the owl and perform rituals so they can continue to keep up the control.
man, deep zone, brother. I mean, if we can point to these people and see what they doing, especially ritualistically,
Hmm.
and see the deities they do it to, see their agendas. We can see the God they serve because they tell you openly. A lot of them Luciferians. A lot of them say they
Mm-hmm.
Luciferians.
Hmm.
Lucifer. So it's like, what you know where are we going? You see what I'm saying? What are we being distracted from? That's the crazy part.
It's a
It's a
deep
deep
one.
zone, man. It's
But
a deep zone.
this is why you got to stay spiritually in tune. All that don't even matter. I ain't trying to invoke fear into nobody.
Yeah.
Right? All that don't matter
Mm,
if you do what you're supposed to do. If we were to vibrate higher, something that is already written in our DNA,
mm,
supposedly that the Most High already got that in in motion right now.
yeah.
That once our DNA is unlocked, it'll be like the veil will lift off your eyes. Bro, look, I really need the time so I can tell y'all my real life testimony. Like why I talk the way I talk, why I'm the way I am. So then maybe y'all can understand. Hopefully you won't think I'm as crazy as I think I am.
Come on now.
But
Come on now.
bro, when I say I literally I astral project, I was still in this realm, but I was outside of my body. and I couldn't go too far from my body, but I was literally I knew what the room looked like, and my eyes were sewn shut, bro. Like so. That being said, I know that there's a vibrational levels to it. Like you can literally vibrate higher. There's a veil that's over your eyes when you're in this realm, and you have to go through some extreme things to lift that veil off your eyes. But it's at the same time, bro. We're good. We're good. If you in tune with the Most High, you're good. You don't got nothing to worry about. It's
Hey,
all going to fail. Every weapon formed against you will not prosper. Like for real, bro.
and at the same token, faith without works is dead. If we know it's a food shortage
Yep.
coming, brothers need to start putting some
Mhm.
food up. Y'all saw how these
Garden.
folks acted over toilet paper. Y'all get you some canned goods, some dry beans and rice, get you some non-perishables, and some fire starting equipment, some magnesium flint fire starters. Get you some, you know what I'm saying, some little tool kit. I mean, of course, for Sleepy Joe, we get some firearms. I mean, just for protection and preservation of you and your family. But that's
Mhm.
ultimately what the mission
Absolutely.
is: protection and preservation of us and our families
And
at the end of the day, and come together with brothers with like minds. Because
exactly.
whatever
Your
go down,
neighbors. Now,
you
I'm gonna
gonna
tell you
be
right now though.
yeah.
Now go ahead. Finish what you're saying, Tyre.
No, I mean I'm just saying whatever go down, you gonna need people with the same mindset as you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be
But
life and death.
they
Hey, bro.
purposely trying to divide us.
Yeah,
And I mean us, like we gotta know it's not just black people. Because you gotta understand everybody came from black people.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
We're scattered to four corners of the earth. So don't just limit yourself to only got because not all skin folk can folk. But know your
Exactly,
neighbor,
exactly,
get a plan.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Love who love you, like for real, for real.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Hey, you
Yeah.
never know who you gonna need in these last days, man. For real, they could be a white man somewhere, it could be a Chinese man. Hey, you never know.
I ain't gonna lie, I love my redneck.
Hey, I mean, long as they treat, hey,
Some of
you
them,
my
the
brother, and
non-racist
you
ones.
tell me otherwise. That's the thing.
I wouldn't go that
Hmm.
far, but
Yeah. Hey, you my brother
Yeah, I
till you
said the
show me
but
otherwise.
nah,
non-racist ones.
but I put it like this, and we got to stop attaching just because family. We grew up in family is so connected. Some of them aren't ready to come with you. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
you have to detach yourself from that. You know what I mean? And it got to start like now. I mean,
Yep.
because it's about survival. It's not about I gotta take my family. Your family might not just they might be the one to hinder you from making it.
Yep.
Man,
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So
so get
you
on.
gotta take you gotta take the people that anybody that's not trying to move with you and see the vision that you see and see you connecting all the dots. If
Yeah,
they not seeing it, this ain't the time to try to teach them. I mean, we could teach them, but it's not the time to take their hand.
that's real.
I mean, because those same people, they could be the ones pulling you down, distracting you from
Turn on you.
the real issues.
They'll turn on you, dog. For real,
Hmm.
for a morsel of bread. And at the end of the day, that's the thing. Like it's a different zone coming soon. It's like if we do see
Hmm.
civil unrest or some of these things, it can very well be your neighbor that you can't trust. Just
Hmm.
because of the simple
Yeah.
fact that they didn't prepare like you prepared, or they know that you're prepared. You see what I'm saying? So they know
Hmm.
who to
Uh-huh.
go to when things do hit the fan. I know such and such got a generator, they got emergency stash of
Exactly.
food. You see what I'm saying? And those type of people could very well become your enemy, unfortunately.
These are days where you really move in silence. Stop talking. Stop putting stuff on Facebook. These are the times where
Hey,
your group, they are the ones that know. If they're around, they see what you're doing. You don't have to tell them because they see it. I mean,
that's
if you
real.
have to inform somebody what you're doing, they not around you enough.
That's real.
For real,
There's
for
gonna be
real.
a code. Brothers gonna have to follow a code coming soon.
Hmm.
And that code gonna
Yeah.
determine whether or not I can trust you around what I got going on or not. For real, for real. It's gonna be a
Exactly.
code. I
Exactly.
mean,
Exactly.
different zone coming soon.
So y'all boys stay tuned, man. I'm gonna go and get on off of here.
Man, hey, I appreciate y'all, brothers, man.
Of course.
we had them in running about almost, good show, good show.
Hmm.
Y'all brothers got anything
Mm-hmm.
else to add, man? I ain't gonna yeah, Jabril, we appreciate you, brothers, for real, man.
Oh yeah.
All right.
We'll catch you on the
Y'all,
next
y'all take care.
one. Now you be good, man.
Definitely. Oh yeah, and like for real, man. Like I was serious. Uh, we ain't necessarily got doing the show, but I definitely would like for y'all to hear my my testimony, man. Because
Hey, bro,
I literally
we could do that next week, bro. Whenever we podcast next, bro, we can really make that for real, for real. The whole
Hmm.
podcast. We can talk
all right,
about it. Seriously. You just get the
all right.
brothers the
Y'all
whole the
y'all stay
whole
blessed.
rundown.
All
You
right,
get a
take it easy,
brother the
bro.
whole rundown, bro.
Exactly.
Bet I definitely will do it, and I'll bring evidence too.
You say you gonna have the evidence too. All right, no
Yeah,
doubt,
I'm gonna have the evidence.
no doubt, no doubt.
Y'all take it easy.
All right, you too, bro.
All right, you
Have a
do the
All
good
right.
night.
same, bro.
All right. Well.
Yeah, man. But, yeah, that was a good show, man. Y'all brothers got anything else to add? I did have one more topic, but I don't know if y'all want to say that one or, or try to go over it. Look like Jaquan froze down there. So we'll,
I have
we'll,
to say that one.
yeah, we'll save it. We'll save it, man. Ace, you froze too? Sleepy Joe? Oh no, he just sleepy on it. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna conclude the What Is a Man podcast, man. For real, bro. It's been a good show.
Yeah, I was quiet this one. I was taking in everything.
Nah, you good, man. We went down a couple of different rabbit holes.
Yeah, I
For
had to
real.
sit there and like soak everything in.
It was unexpected.
So,
We don't mean to breed fear. We're not
ooh,
trying to breed fear in nobody or nothing like that, but it is important for brothers to be prepared for whatever go down. It's a lot of stuff happening out here, man. It's like I said,
yeah,
nobody's talking about certain things. So
yeah.
if we don't talk about it, the conversations don't get had. And I would hate, just like I said, the way they was tripping about toilet paper. I would hate to not, you know what I'm saying, have something when everybody in the streets trying to get something.
Yeah.
It's just a thing. So brothers gotta figure out certain shit. That's all. Come together with it. Come together with the knowledge. Come together with the information. And, work it out like that, man. For real, for real. If you need to learn how to do a campfire, go learn how to build a campfire. You need to learn how to find water naturally. Learn how to find water naturally. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to build a shelter just in case. It's just certain skills that we lost touch of that's necessary. Our forefathers looked at it as, yo, you got that type of knowledge, that's essential. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm,
we just got to get back to certain things, man. So that way, in the preparation, it takes away the fear. You see what I'm saying? The more prepared you are for certain things, the less you got more time to think about the next stage, the next step. When everybody else out there panicking, trying to find food, if you got it, then you got time to think about, okay, where I'm gonna get at. What's the next place I need to go at? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, how can we move this once we run out of this, and that? How can we get to the next place to where we can have, you know what I'm saying?
right.
It's got more leisure time to think about stuff when you prepared a little bit better. That's all. So it ain't for nobody to be scared. We just gotta prepare ourselves for certain things. For real.
And honestly, I think we should start also working on different ways of eating. Because I know we eat till we full now, but there's gonna come a
Mhm.
time when we can't do that, especially when we have children. You know what I mean? So I think you should take, you know what I mean, how you eat should change now, knowing that what is ahead of us. I mean, not saying that you should starve yourself. Also think about eating in a different way. You know what I mean? Water is really what you need. And it's not the bottled water, glass water, or if you have somewhere where you can go somewhere and just get some water. You know what I mean? From a lake or somewhere. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
getting good quality natural water is essential. Food is essential, you know what I mean? But you have to ration now so you don't have to learn how to do it when you need to do it. I
It's
mean, just
real.
prepare your body. You know what I mean?
Intermediate fasting is a way to prepare. I mean, if you can
Right.
go hours at a time fasting, it's
Mm-hmm.
a good practice, something to try to do. I'm just in case. I mean, it may be hours at a time. You know what I'm saying? So certain stuff like that, just little things that you can do over time to make sure
Mm-hmm.
that you prepare is
Take
better than us
showers.
having our hands in our pockets. You know what I'm saying? Going to the gym, making sure that
Mm-hmm.
you can, you know what I'm saying, pick some shit up if need be and run up a hill or something like. I mean, anything because you want to know what you know what they doing? They preparing. They preparing. You see what I'm saying? They got bunkers. They got a lot of stuff where they got food stored up. Like for real, folks are preparing. When the
Mm-hmm.
news tell you to prepare, that's when it's a problem. I don't know who this is. I am the floor. Who's this?
Oh, I'm on the floor.
What's up, bro?
I'm on the floor. Help me. I can't get up.
His
That mother said he on the floor and he can't get up.
man, I ain't got time for that, bro. I ain't even got time for that, man.
Folks get on my nerves, man.
Bro,
He told
sound
me I'm on the
Caucasian
floor.
in hell.
Hold on. Bro, he say you on the floor, bro.
I'm on the floor. Oh, I can't
Bring it off the floor, bro.
I ain't about to speak to this man. Get this man off, bro. He ain't even trying to help us build, bro.
He told me I'm on the floor.
That's how you know it's time to go now.
It's time to go. I
Well,
appreciate
wow,
y'all, brothers, though, man.
do the
For the
same, man.
What is a Man podcast live. And we going to wrap up the show, man. Y'all brothers had a good conversation tonight,
Yeah, your brothers
man.
be safe, man. Y'all stay prayed up.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
man. Y'all take
Definitely
it
a
easy,
praying time.
brothers. Take it easy, for real, for real.
Y'all brothers be good. And we'll catch y'all next time, man. Like, comment,
All right.
subscribe. And we'll see you.